All right, we're bringing the podcast back. Rachel, you're looking good. What's going on? What you drinking?
I'm drinking coffee right now. So.
Oh, right. Oh, good. What are we talking about today? What can we enlighten folks about as far as the world of CrossFit in the 21st century these days?
21st century pandemics.
Yeah.
I like your background, Tony. That's looking really good.
Yeah. If I sneak in, then I can really just sneak into.
So amazing.
Love it.
Just up here. Now I'm back. Okay.
Texas A&M.
What?
Thinking about football season.
Okay.
I don't know. It's the only thing that I knew off the top of my head was doing Zoom background. And so I was like, I'm not going to be the only one to not have a cool Zoom background. So here we are.
Well, now mine's like old school. I mean, mine's not even. I'm going to have to go with something else here in a little bit. I'm feeling a little 60s, but we'll keep this for right now. So the CrossFit Open or the CrossFit Games website, they came back on social media. They're out there trying to support the boxes. They came up with a competition, a 3-week competition. And we kicked that off yesterday, actually.
Yeah. And so that's going on concurrently with the United in Movement online competition also, correct? So
This is correct.
Okay, cool. So a couple different opportunities to support the box, to support, what's going on out there without directly being involved in classes in your community. So Bob, if you want to touch on a little bit more about the CrossFit Open one, I've been following the United in Movement one a little bit closer.
Okay, super. Yeah, definitely. So Greg Glassman and the CrossFit Games staff announced that they would be doing a 3-week competition. So this is a lot like the CrossFit Open, or you could think of it as the spring mini CrossFit Open. The only difference really is that, there's two big differences, well, 3 big differences. One is this isn't a stepping stone to get to the CrossFit Games. This is just a 3-week open workout that really anyone can do. Second thing is different too, is that a lot of folks obviously are, we're isolated to our homes or whatnot across the country, across the world. So the movements, no equipment really is needed. And the third thing is that they're not requiring anyone to make any, there's no entry fee. So you could enter and participate. You can get grandma, your husband, your wife, your friends, your neighbors to get involved in doing these workouts and just moving and enjoying the competition. And this will help you to kind of get moving maybe and spend some time over the next 3 weeks thinking about something else and taking care of yourself. So just a friendly competition. It kicked off the first one. It is a 10-minute, as many rounds as possible. And it just combined a dumbbell snatch and push-ups and some air squats. And if you don't have a dumbbell, anything will do. Nicole Carroll, she basically briefed the workouts. So it was nice to see her and, the old gangsters of CrossFit. So definitely a lot of fun.
That's cool. It feels a lot like what the old CrossFit Open release style was like. I saw a lot of people commenting on, so I'm pretty sure Dave Castro was boosting it on social media. I saw a lot of people commenting on his Instagram. I was like, are you going to announce the workouts, Dave? This is like the old time CrossFit Open again. It's great. Everyone's loving getting behind it.
Yeah, definitely. So what about the United in Movement? What is that about?
Yeah. So United in Movement is basically seeking to bring the global community together. I don't know if, a lot of people watching have been on social media a lot lately, I'm sure. A lot of the things that have been going around about it have the yellow, pink, and blue arrows. A lot of the big CrossFit Games athletes have been posting about it. Again, a free online competition gives you an option to donate through the live stream that they've got going on right now. And I think, don't quote me on it, I think you can actually donate directly to your gym also. I'm not positive on that part. But I know that they're supporting small businesses, gym owners, hospital workers, first responders, and then other humanitarian efforts. Free online competition, 7 at-home workouts in 7 days. The first one's getting released tonight. I believe it's 6 or 7, probably 7 Eastern time. So again, very much at-home workout. Everyone's going to be able to do it. Everyone's kind of in this limited equipment situation. So just another opportunity to get involved, to get moving, even if it's, body weight movements, it's an opportunity to get up, not just sit on the couch all day long, and then also donate and help keep a lot of these businesses in business.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really cool. I think I also saw that, there are so many folks in the global CrossFit community getting involved in that.
Oh, yeah.
Contributing. And they have some online 24-hour. I got to go look into it, but it looked like they had a lot of things that, educational kinds of things, videos, cooking, a lot of different things that you can participate in and benefit from, in addition to the workouts themselves. Did you see something like that?
Yeah, so they've been going since, I think, 7 p.m. Eastern time last night. They've had different segments with different CrossFit Games athletes. They've had different, I think I saw some beach volleyball players who might have been Olympians. Like you said, cooking segments, some random workouts in there. I know on the 19th minute of every hour, they're basically like ringing a bell of some sort, and they're doing push-ups or sit-ups or squats or jumping lunges or something like that. Just to keep everybody moving. Lots of different, basically anybody and everybody from around the CrossFit Games community has kind of poked in, but they're also, it's not just focusing on, like you said, like a specific workout each segment. There's some on what actual movement looks like, and like chiropractic work and nutrition and, all the different aspects of health and community. Yeah,
I love that. I'm not surprised that the CrossFit community is out there embracing that, because like when you listen to Sean Woodland, give a little bit of an intro of what this is all about. And it's really everything that you would think about the CrossFit community supporting one another. It doesn't really matter where you are, what your situation is, what your starting point is. We just get out there, we can move, even if, regardless of your current constraints or limitations, the whole community is going to rally around that one person, all for one, one for all. And it's just really great to see that, for sure. Not surprised.
That's what CrossFit thrives on. Yeah. Grassroots, in your garage. This is how it started, the rallying behind those in need.
Exactly. I'm going to kick it on over to Tony there. He's definitely he's soaking all of this in. And
I think that this is like maybe the beginning or the start of like this health and fitness, health, mental, and like spiritual wellness, like revolution that probably should be happening now, right? So, because it's clear that we live in at least in our country, like we live in a country of abundance. So a small example is like when I went to the grocery store, when the stuff started kicking off, right? Everybody was buying everything off the shelves, right? And so now all of a sudden I just went to the grocery store and just kind of picked up a little bit, but the grocery store wasn't closed. And we were limited to certain things, and that's probably going to be consistent probably throughout. But the bottom line was like, I didn't need to respond so dramatically to the event that happened. And so what does that tell me? Well, that tells me, well, maybe I need to reshape and rethink the way in which I fuel my body, put things in my body, rather than looking at abundance and, there's a fine line between enjoying life and just like indulging in life, right? And so like you got that, and then you have everybody who's trying to use the internet and social media to stay connected with their friends. I got a friend that's constantly doing live casts because he's a comedian, so he can't be in front of stages of people. So he's literally trying to do live podcasts or live feeds over Instagram to stay connected with people. But the point is the human connection is necessary. Like it's clear the human connection is necessary. So these are things that within the health and fitness industry, or at least the health and fitness industry that CrossFit has been trying to promote for quite some time, that it's about community, right? It's about wellness. It's about staying connected. It's about nutrition. It's about building your body to be better. Like those are things that are tenets and principles that CrossFit constantly is talking about. And I don't see the global gyms of the world doing that. So as far as ideas, something simple as, and I'll be a hypocrite. I have to say I'm a hypocrite because I don't video record my workouts for some reason. I just don't. But if I did, I just for sure as hell tag the shit out of them. I tag everybody in them, right? So I think that's pretty cool. Like Angie did some tagging, so like she's doing tagging on Instagram, how she's missing her friends and people within the box at CrossFit Glen Burnie. Maybe that's the thing that just something very simple, tagging on Facebook, on an Instagram, and your social media that just, hey, I'm thinking about you. I wish you were here doing this stuff with me, right? So I know that was a long way around, but that's kind of like this thought that I've been thinking about.
No, I completely agree with it. I think this is a really good opportunity for all of us, a forced opportunity. We got voluntold that this is a chance for us to really reshape, what's really super important and kind of how we look at things and how we, I don't want to say live our lives, but it also presents an opportunity for us to really go out into the community and serve and make an impact. Kind of like you were saying, Tony, we have this tool of social media, of the internet, of technology, and we have the opportunity to even if it's just a quick picture or, but we have the opportunity to stay connected, and then we can also, blast it out. And then when we do start getting to maybe slowly but surely, congregate in like a park or a track or, it's an opportunity to not just speak, but to practice what we're speaking. And I think that's more than just, especially with Glen Burnie, but it's more than just the, hey, we're going to go and do an hour of workout a day, but it's okay, well, what are we actually buying at the stores? It's the community part. It's the, all around full balanced approach to health and fitness that we can really start digging into, and almost starting from the beginning. We get the opportunity to just restart, reshape, what direction do we want to go, and then move forward in that direction, so.
Yeah, definitely. And if I could build on that a little bit, and what Tony said too about, talking about the human connection, when you take away the environment that we had created as far as the gym, I have it here in my background, the barbells, the banners, the whiteboard and all of that. And really, and just sort of strip that away, what you're left with is the human connection. And that's something that was always part of who we were. When we started out and we would take the dumbbells we had and the kettlebells we had, put them in the trunk of the car and drive over to the park. It wasn't about the equipment, and it wasn't about the space or anything like that. It was really about getting together at that place and that time. And so what we find is that we're recreating and rediscovering that connection that we have with the individuals there. Now we're providing that one-on-one coaching, and everything else is stripped away. And it's really all about you and your individual goals. What is your mission right now? What are you trying to accomplish in the next 30 days? And what are your current constraints that you have, limitations, things that we have to overcome? What's our starting point? And being able to build on top of that and just taking action. I mean, what's the alternative really is being at home, being on the sofa, not doing things, feeling bad about yourself, feeling bad about the situation, and not actually being able to take action and do things. And so when that's taken away, and that's what I find in the CrossFit community globally, is that positive attitude about, hey, look, it's okay where you're starting at right now. I was like that too, or whatever. It's like, we're all in that situation. So let's rally around together and figure out what's possible and build on that. And that's exactly what we're doing right now with folks we're working on one-on-one. We've got people that are living up on the 17th floor of an apartment building, and they've got a little balcony, and they are working out nearly every day and making progress and making their muscles show. And they feel great about it. I mean, it's like, really removes all of those layers that we maybe would be hiding behind before. Oh, it's a rainy day, I don't want to work out, or maybe this, or maybe that. Well, there's no excuses anymore. All that's gone. It's like you either want to take care of yourself and be healthy and fit, or you're just going to pile on some other excuses. Look, we all got plenty of time right now. You can't use that as an excuse. I don't have time to work out, for the most part, unless you're out there an essential employee and you're out there on the front lines. Yeah, I get that. You don't have time. But for a lot of us, 80% of us right now, 90%, you've got plenty of time. You got more time on your hand. You're sleeping more than you've ever slept. So there's no excuses anymore. The only reason you're not working out is that you haven't decided to actually make improvements in your life. And you may need a partner. And we got this whole community around here of people that will encourage you, will motivate you, and will actually help you to get moving. And that's what I see happening. And what we're trying to do right now is try to start to put up some framing around, hey, let's rediscover what is that social connection that we can establish here. How do we, for those folks who need to have somebody else to work with, how do we rebuild that up? How do we make those connections? And it's all about that right now. So I find this to be in part a time of, real deep thinking, but then also an exciting time of really trying to figure out, okay, new game, new rules. How do we figure this out? So that's kind of where we're at right now. And having that CrossFit community all along just gets that really good head start that we've got going.
Oh man, I couldn't agree more. I see it on social media from all kinds of gyms, across the globe, really. Different ways to row if you don't have a rower, different ways to use a dumbbell, different ways to just with the most minimal amount of equipment, like all these different ways that you can do it. And like you said, people on their balconies, people dragging, their equipment outside. I know I had my barbell outside like a week ago back in right back behind my apartment complex. And I was expecting to get all these weird looks and people were like, okay. I got some waves and I got some thumbs up and I was like, cool. So really just seeing how much people really do and are choosing to care about their fitness right now. I've seen it all consistently over and over and over. And kind of like you were talking about, Tony, with people, all these different gym owners are sharing their programming. And all these different people who have such an art for programming, they have that down as such a science. They're putting all these different workouts out there and it's great. And even more than being able to do them right now, stockpile them so that someday if you can't get to the gym when we're back in business, well, you've got something, you can still do it at home. Even if it's something quick and you can't make it to exactly a class time, well, hey, that there's nothing stopping you from doing a workout and getting your fitness in at home. Equipment checkout, seeing the different gyms just being so gracious and letting us all check out equipment. just, again, across the globe. It's everywhere. It's spread rampant. So I think it's just so cool. And I know for myself, today's supposed to be my rest day, but I know, also know the second that my phone goes off in our group text and someone's like, hey, I did this today, I'm going to be like, well, not my rest day anymore. Time to go work.
Yeah, that was something I think I'm glad Jessica, who brought it up, was just to set up the group chat, because that's really helped me just to stay connected with you guys every day. I know I've been disconnected for the last 2 days, but our group chat is kind of it's really good, right? Because we're literally just saying, hey, what's up? Did you do something today? So it went from hey, doing the programming to everybody trying to adjust their schedules to kind of figuring out how they wanted to still fit their stuff in to now it's just checking up on each other, just seeing how everybody's doing. So that's been a very good thing for me to be accountable for many things. Accountable as an online coach, accountable as an athlete, and accountable as just a friend to make sure everybody's just doing okay. That's really simple. Again, technology affording us the capability to do so rather than what I've typically did, which has just been a part of group chats with people just sending out memes for no reason. Now, memes are fine. We could do memes. and if we
started, Tony.
Yeah. And you know what? There's going to be memes coming because I just finished watching Tiger King. And boy, let me tell you what, that is out of control. It's it's out of control. Anyway, so, but yeah, like you're, Bob, you said something, and Rachel, you restated it, but like the time, like that's amazing, right? So, what's funny is that when this whole thing kicked off, like I found myself being at home taking much more longer to finish all my workouts. Mm-hmm. But that's just because I'm just pacing myself. I'm at home. I'm like just kind of just, so maybe there's a certain pacing or rhythm when you're inside the box. But the bottom line is it's like the workouts that I'm doing should take you no longer than an hour. So if you are at home and you're either teleworking or maybe you're just not able to telework because, that's just not your business. And let's say like, you're not like chowing down on every single bad thing that there is available to us to chow down on, right? 1 hour of your day, the simplicity of what every box says, the 1 hour of our day where you literally just got to get up out of your bed, change your clothes, walk downstairs, and maybe do a little bit of something, right? I think that reflects exactly what the whole premise and tenets of like being a part of a box outside of like commuting to the box and being the best hour of your day, like the fitness that you're going to get into, move your hormones, move all the chemicals in your body, get your body moving. Because if we were in like the caveman days, right, we would get up, we'd go hunt for our food, and we come back. It's just a part of our natural process as human beings.
Watch those caveman comments. All right.
Oh, sorry. And what's really cool, really cool, where my desk is at in my downstairs office, like, if you could call it that, it's like office / playroom / kick it room / man cave, I guess. But like outside of my window, I have the pathway for one of our running paths in our neighborhood. And ever since this stuff happened, I see more people on this path now than I did ever before, which is interesting to me because everybody says they're so busy to do things. They're so busy to do things. They can't do this. They can't do that. But it's the languaging that they're putting in front of them, right? I can't do this, or I'm too busy to do that. Well, no, just you're not making a choice. Well, now with all the time, like, you mentioned before, all the time available, now where is that choice? Like that choice is totally in our hands. We shouldn't, and I see families reconnected with each other out on the trails, right? I see people trying to find ways to just like I got a bunch of books that I'm starting to read now, like having more time to read and be connected that way to share what some gems that I think that are working for me, for everybody else. But like, it's interesting to me always that the community aspect that CrossFit Glen Burnie has, as well as any other CrossFit gym that it has, it's like that's something we just can't stray away from. We just can't get away from, right? We can't. So when time is available and things aren't as important as what we thought they were, and we reflect and we think what's more important, we come down to some basic things: what we put in our body, what we do with our body, and how we connect with other people, right? Like that's really cool. Like that's really reflective.
Yeah, let me build on that a little bit. And Rachel, you sounds like you have something as well. I'll try to keep mine short. Best hour of the day. Not everybody. We have to kind of look at that and try to recreate that as well. And what does that mean given our current situation? I was just talking with one of our clients this week, and he's a captain in the police force. He has 100 officers that he's working with, men and women, of course. And he doesn't have a lot of time right now. Yet, what we're trying to do is try to be, and his kids are home from school and everything else. So, trying to recreate that structure first, get a plan together, and then provide that accountability around that. So it might be some days it's only 10 or 15 minutes that he has available, but we can still make that the best hour of his day by, tailoring that workout for those 10 or 15 minutes that he does have available so that he can still make progress on his goals. I just wanted to add that. Go ahead, Rachel.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just had a quick thought too, is, Tony is talking about this community part of it and how important that is. And I think the way you really phrased it and, showed that about families reconnecting and getting out in the trails and everything. I mean, people crave that community, man. And I think that's one of the things that's so big about CrossFit in general, is there's such a huge emphasis placed on that community. And so like you said, like even when that's taken away from us, like we're all finding different outlets to go and still find that community, even if it's with people you don't necessarily know. Like, out on the trail is just walking around, keeping your 6 feet of social distancing, but everyone's waving at each other. Everyone's being just a little bit nicer. They're being a little bit kinder, a little bit quicker to offer a smile and a nice word. And so I really think it's just like, yeah, we all just really crave that community.
Yeah, definitely craving that social connection. And, we're all under the same constraints, yet what you find in individuals is that we want to be connected for the most part, right? I mean, there's always that one guy who is in back of the corner of, whatever, Gold's Gym, and he's doing his own thing or whatever. But for the most part, people that I've met with and worked with, we really need to have that social connection. I've seen people writing on the sidewalk in different color rainbow chalk, all these positive messages. We're stronger together. And when we look at, who we are individually and what we can do together as a community, we are definitely stronger together. There's times that are rough times for folks, and just being able to have that daily contact. It's not about the workout. Maybe that's the subject of the text message that they're getting in the morning with the individual coaching, but it's so much more than that. When you go into a CrossFit box and you've got the workout of the day, it's not about the workout. It's about making a connection with the other people that are in the class, making that connection with the coach, and just doing your best and having your best hour of the day. Now the circumstances and the environment changes, but that connection doesn't change. And we're strengthening that day by day by providing that structure and that accountability and the interaction. And we're finding creative ways to get the group together, and just kind of like circling back on this 3-week challenge. We kicked it off last night here with a Friday Night Lights, and we did, the theme was decades. So we, at the end of that, after briefing the workout and everything, we got the playlist out and we started playing songs, and then we did a little trivia, figuring out, hey, what's the name of that song? Who's singing it? What decade is it from? And giving out points and stuff like that. So we had a great time. And so, just being able to be stronger together is important to us. And it's always been a part of who we are as individuals in CrossFit. You can't take that away from people. Once you go into a CrossFit box and you're a part of that community, it changes you forever. Greg Glassman talks about it being exposed to the kernel, that center part of that, CrossFit. Tony and Rachel, you both went to that CrossFit level 1. So you were exposed to that CrossFit kernel there. And it is life-changing for some. Being a part of a CrossFit box and being a part of a community is transformational, right? You don't look at a workout the same way anymore. It's not like it was before. It's so much different. And that becomes a part of who we are as individuals. So I wonder sometimes whenever people are out there now and they're going out and they're trying this program, or they're going to do a dance class online and they're going to reach out and try something else, it's those things were always out there for them to try and to be a part of. And now you've got folks that are who are in a situation where maybe they never had a CrossFit community as part of who they are. And so I think CrossFit people can reach out to your neighbor, reach out to the folks in your community, and maybe you're both working out in your own backyard or something like that, or maybe you're talking about nutrition together, or maybe you're helping each other plant a garden. But there's a lot of ways that as a CrossFit community, we can actually build up and support one another and be stronger together.
I know for me, there's been a lot of, I'm just kind of piggybacking off of one of your points there, but we're 2 weeks deep into this really stricter lockdown measures where we've really seen life change. And I know for me and a lot of other people, okay, we're finally starting to hit that point where, okay, we're getting past maybe some of the fear, maybe some of the anxiety, and really starting to reshape what this actual new normal looks like. And so maybe, stepping a little bit out of that fear and anxiety, mindset and starting to look at, okay, well, what are the goods in this? What are some of the things I can be, grateful for in this? And I know one of those for me is that the weather is so nice right now. It's allowing us to get outside and to take our workouts outside, to take our walks outside. If this has happened in the dead of winter, this would be a whole different ballgame, a completely different ballgame. And so, just kind of stepping into that attitude of gratefulness and gratitude and recognizing the importance of community, the importance of that human factor, like you were talking about, Bob. And then just some of the smaller things, it's not the dead of winter. It's not 32 degrees outside. I'm real happy for that right now. And I think a lot of people are too, because it makes it a lot easier to get up and do some fitness outside, to get up and take that walk, to put your phone down, get away from the Netflix. Heck, it's even easier to work out inside when it's not freezing and, you're shivering under a blanket. So. Yeah.
I love the positivity, Rachel. Always can count on you for that. That is good.
You know what I've started to do too is I didn't do it today, but my last workouts I did it. I just didn't work out with music. Maybe I'm crazy, but I just didn't work out with any music. I kind of allowed myself to because I woke up super early in the morning one morning and I just was listening to the birds and everything kind of waking up. And I was I'm just going to, and it was pretty silent because there's no cars that are moving. Everybody's kind of still in their own little world at home. And I'm oh man, it's kind of nice and quiet here. And then all of a sudden I'm just grunting
Yeah, that was me on the back deck. I was wonder what my neighbors think's going on over here.
That's me every time I put a dumbbell down or my barbell down inside. I'm okay, and very carefully. And then every now and then I'll put it down a little too hard. I'm sorry, my bad. Maybe. Yeah, so.
It's good.
Fun time.
Any finishing comments, thoughts? We'll get together, I think, next Saturday. Yep. And we'll have we'll get a couple folks to join us, at least one of the members for sure, get their perspective, get their story, see how things are going for them. I'd also like to try to reach out to some of the CFGB alumni. Right now we have 90 people that we're providing individual coaching to, and we just started working with one person from California and one person from Colorado.
Cool.
So the CrossFit community, the CFGB community they're out there. So if y'all are looking for a coach to work with in these tough times, we're here for you guys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rachel.
No, you go ahead. I have something separate, just a closing thought. So you go ahead.
I was just going to say to people who are listening, specifically CFGB members, if you guys would like to participate tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., you got the family talk time with Lucinda tomorrow. So don't forget that. That's going to go live on Zoom. You can do all of your reservations or find the link in the Zen Planner. Bob, you did a great job of posting out how to use that Zen Planner. Also love the Star Trek background too. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's actually my living room.
Oh, that's awesome.
So CrossFit Open fundraiser, just reminder for that. United in Movement fundraiser, reminder for that. And then I'm just going to pose the question out to you two, and then for everybody else listening, what are 3 things that you're not going to take for granted when all of this is over?
All right, that sounds like some homework. 3 things that you will not take for granted when this is all over.
Yep.
Take something with us when this is all over and we're on the other side.
Yep.
All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for today. Tony, what do you got?
I was just saying, I appreciate you taking the lead here today on this podcast today. I appreciate you, man.
You got it. Thanks, guys. Take care and have a good day.
Bye.